Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got Game 6 of the 1908 World Series between the Cubs and Tigers. The Tigers went out to a 2-0 lead, and the Cubbies have come back and won 3 in a row. The Tigers have only scored 2 runs in the last 3 games, and the Cubbies have outscored them 12-2. Take a 3-2 lead here in game number 6. And can the Cubbies win the World Series here at home in Chicago? Let's go take a look at the starting lineups for game number 6. We got leading off for the Detroit Tigers, playing left field, Matty McIntyre. Batting second, playing short, Charlie O'Leary. Batting third, playing center field, Sam Crawford. Batting fourth, playing right field is Ty Cobb. Batting sixth, playing first base, Claude Roseman. Batting sixth, playing third base, Germany Schaefer. Batting seventh and doing the catching, Iron Thomas. Batting eighth, playing second base, Red Downs. Batting ninth, doing the pitching is George Mullin. And for the hometown Chicago Cubs, trying to win the World Series here today, leading off Jimmy Sheckard, playing left field. Batting second, playing second, Johnny Evers. Batting third, playing right field, Frank Schultz. Batting fourth, playing first base is Frank Chance. Batting fifth, playing third base, Harry Steinfeld. Batting sixth, playing center field, Sully Hoffman. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, Joe Tinker. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Johnny Kling. Batting ninth and doing the pitching is Ed REULBACH. Down here to the field and get this game started, folks. And we got leading off for the Tigers, Matty McIntyre, batting a .143 in the series. He's 3 for 21 going up against Red REULBACH. He's 0-1. He pitched 8 innings, gave up 9 hits. He had 4 runs, walked 3, and struck out 6. And the Tigers, and it's raining here today, folks, at Westside Grounds. 20,000 folks here and 53 degrees and gray skies and rain coming down. Let's see what the Tigers can do here as we take a trip around the Westside Park. And here's the 0-1 pitch to Matty. And that ball is hit down the second. That'll be an out. 1 up and 1 down. Charlie O'Leary up now. Batting .250. He's 4 for 16 in the series. And here's the pitch to him. And Charlie hits this ball in the left field. It's going to drop in. And the Tigers got a 1-out single. O'Leary down at first. He has 3 stolen bases on the year. 2 stolen bases on the year. Brings up Sam Crawford, batting .250 with 2 RBIs. He's 5 for 20. See if Charlie O'Leary stays put down there at first base. And here's the 0-1 pitch. And that ball's lifted in the deep left field. And that'll be out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. It's up to Ty Cobb, who is struggling in the last few games. He's batting .211. He's got an RBI. He's 4 for 19. And here's the pitch to Cobb. And that ball is hit in the right field. That'll drop in for a base hit. And the Tigers now got first and second and 2 outs for Roseman. Roseman's having a fine World Series here for the Tigers. He's batting .500 on the series. He's got 3 RBIs. He's 9 for 18. Got a runner down there at second and O'Leary with great speed. Cobb at first. A double scores 2. A single scores 1. Here's the pitch to Roseman. And that ball's hit down to Johnny at second, and that'll end the inning. The Tigers leave 2. We go to the bottom of the first. That was an error. Gosh, I thought that was an out. We'll relook at that. Evers with a big error. Here, I thought that was an out. So you got the bases juiced now. Can the Tigers take advantage of this? O'Leary at third, Cobb at second, Roseman at first, Schaefer at the plate, and the Tigers threatening here in the first to bust this game open. Schaefer's batting .333, 3 RBIs. He's 5 for 15. Can he add to this total here? Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that ball is hit into the gap. And 1 run will score, and the throw home is an error, and a rustling in. That'll be a 2-run base hit and an error. And you got second and third now for Thomas. Thomas is 0 for 4. The Tigers take a 2-0 lead, trying to take this into the 7th game of the World Series. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball down the Tinker over to first. That'll end the inning. But the Tigers scored 2 unearned runs. We go to the bottom of the first. Tigers 2, Cubbies coming to back. Scheckert, Evers, and Schultz. And Scheckert's batting .222. He's 4 for 18. And George Mullin is on the mound. He's 0-1 in this series. He's pitched 8 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, walked 3, and struck out 3. George trying to win this game and win the World Series for the Cubbies. Here's the 0-2 pitch to him. Scheckert. And he strikes him out. 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Johnny Evers is up, batting .263. He's 5 for 19 on the series. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Johnny. And that ball is hit in the center field. It'll drop in for a base hit. So the Cubbies got 1 on and 1 out. And up to the plate now is Frank Schultz. Schultz is only batting .176. He's got an RBI. He's 3 for 17. And Johnny's down there at first. He's got 3 stolen bases in this World Series. And here's the pitch. And Johnny's off and running. He'll be in there safely at second with his 4th stolen base. Cubbies now got a runner in scoring position. 1 out for Schultz. And here's the 3-1 pitch to him, and that ball is hit down the second. Makes it through in the center field. The runner had to hold up to make sure the ball got through. Going to have first and third here for the Cubbies. And 1 out for Frank Chance. Chance batting .263 with 2 RBIs, 5 for 19 in the series. And here's the pitch to Frank, 1-2 pitch. And that ball is popped up, and that'll be out number 2. No, he dropped it, folks. He dropped it. That's an error by Thomas. Gives him another chance to swing. Let's see if the Cubbies can take advantage of this. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Frank Chance does. That ball drops in for a base hit. That'll cut the lead in half. It's 2-1, and the Cubbies still have first and third and only 1 out. Looks like this is going to be a wild and crazy game. And that brings up Harry Steinfeld. Steinfeld's batting .214. He's got an RBI and 3 for 14 on the series. And you got Chance down there at first. Frank's stolen 1 base this series. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him, and Chance is off and running, and he's going to be out by a country mile. That's 2 outs now with a runner down at third. And here's the full count to Harry, and he walks him. Of course he walks him after the stolen base, caught stolen. And that brings up Sully. Sully Huffman's batting .167. He does have 3 RBIs in this series. He's 3 for 18. Can Sully tie this game up? Frank's 90 feet away. Here's the pitch, and that ball's hit in the right field, and that's going to drop him. We got a tie ball game, folks. It's 2-2, and the Cubbies tied up here in the bottom of the first. They're trying to wrap this series up. Sorry, 3-run. We didn't get to see that with a piss-poor camera angle. Take a look at that now with a replay. Ball gets away. We're going to change this action here. Change the action here. See if we can get a better look here. view. Action view. What do we got right now? We're in the action view. Might be following the ball might be the problem. So what we got it on, let's see here. So we'll get rid of this. No and no. And see if this makes things a little better. Return to the game. Alrighty, now we got Joe Tinker up. Huffman down at second, and the Cubbies are now leading 3-2. Joe Tinker's batting .263 with 3 RBIs. He's 5 for 19 in the series. Can he add another insurance run here for the Cubbies? Here's the pitch to Tinker. Ball's lifted in the shallow center field for out number 3, but the Cubbies score 3 and take a 3-2 lead going into the top of the second. We're going to have Downs, Mullen, and then back to the top of the order in McIntyre. Let's see if Ed can settle down now that he's got the lead. And this is Red's 4th appearance. He is 0 for 4, 0 for 3 in the World Series. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Red. And that ball is hit in the left field. That'll be his first base hit of the series. And the Tigers right away got a runner down at first. And George is up. Let's see if Mullen's going to try to lay down a bunt here. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A nice bunt in front of the plate gets the job done. Tigers got the tying run in scoring position with 1 out for Matty McIntyre. Matty's 0 for 1 today. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Matty. That ball's hit down the short over the first for out number 2. 2 quick outs here. We'll do this here. We'll do the pitcher cam. And we'll do the, let's see here. Didn't want that. Sorry about this, folks. That's a base hit and we're going to miss it. Ain't that awful? And he's out. Damn it. So let's go back. Look at the replay. Yeah, just what I wanted to see. Let's see here. View. Must have hit the damn action cam. I didn't want that. Action. I hate this. There we go. Action cam. And the pitcher cam. Okay. And take a look at the replay again so we can see him getting thrown out. Ball drops in for a base hit and the throw home, and he's out of there, folks. Nice play. Nice play out there. So now we go to the bottom of the second. It's 3-2 Chicago. You got Kling, Rebuck, and Sheckard due up here for the Cubbies. See if they can add to this lead here. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be ball 4. What's going on here? Why does it keep doing that? I want the action. Okay. There's that. And I want the pitcher cam. Now let's see if it's finally going to do it for me. There we go. And that's a bunt in front of the plate. He goes down the second, and the throw gets him. Let's take a look at that. Nice job by Johnny Earl Thomas. He made a nice throw down there to second. And gets him for out number 1. Doesn't get the bunt down. and do the job. And that ball is hit down the second. Is that going to be the old double play? No. It's going to be a force out at second. And we got 2 down now, and you got Johnny Evers up. Johnny's 1 for 1 today. Sheckard down there at first. Well, he'd take off, try to get in scoring position here. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and he's taking off. He's going to make it down there and get in scoring. That ball gets away. He's headed for third. So a stolen base and an error, and the Cubbies got another run 90 feet away. And Johnny get a job done here and get his first RBI of the series. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That ball's a slow roller down the first. That'll end the inning. Cubby strand 1. We go to the top of the third. It's still 3-2 Chicago. Crawford, Cobb, and Roseman due up here for the Tigers. And here's the first pitch to Crawford. And the rain has stopped the game, folks. The delay lasted 25 minutes. Ed's going to stay in the game. See what the weather's like now. It's still raining here in Chicagoland. And here's the full count to him. And that's going to be ball 4. See if this rain delay has hurt these pitchers. Now you got a runner down at first. Ty Cobb's up. He is 1 for 1 today. He had a single his first time up. And that's going to be belted into right field. And that's going to be an out, I believe. He runs that ball down. We'll take a better look as he gets hidden by the stands out there. Nice job by Frank Schultz to chase that one down in the corner. Ball's into the stands to make the catch. Now there's 1 out, and Crawford's still down at first. And you got Roseman up. Roseman's 0 for 1 today. Crawford's down there at first. He has 1 stolen base in this series. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and he takes off, and they're going to get him, folks. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on for Detroit. And here's the 2-2 pitch to Crawford. And he swings at Roseman, rather, and he strikes out. And that'll end the inning. The Tigers 2, the Cubs 3. Schultz, Chanson, Steinfeld due up here. Frank Schultz is 1 for 1 today. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Frank. And that ball is lifted in the left field for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down. And now you're going to have Mr. Chance up. Chance is 1 for 1. Drove in a run his first time up. And here's the first pitch to Frank. That ball is hit down the ground at second. Over to first for out number 2. Quick 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. And Harry Steinfeld's up now. And Steinfeld is 0 for 0 today. Here's the full count to him. And that ball is hit down the third. Should be out number 3, and it is. And the Cubbies go 1, 2, 3 in the third. To the top of the fourth we go. Schaefer, Thomas, and Downs due up here for the Tigers. Down by 1. And Schaefer's 1 for 1. He's driven in both runs for the Tigers today. He squares the bunt. The ball's bunted down at first. They'll throw over to Downs covering, and they get the out. Johnny Evers covering. Thomas up now. And here's the pitch to Thomas. That ball is hit in the center field. And that'll be caught for out number 2. And now you got Downs up, and Red's 1 for 1 today. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Red. And that ball is hit into foul territory. And that'll be out number 3. 3 up and 3 down for the Tigers. To the bottom of the inning we go. In the bottom part of the lineup, Huffman, Tinker, and Kling. And Sully is 1 for 1 with an RBI today. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Sully. And that ball is hit in the left field. It'll drop in for a base hit. The Cubbies got the leadoff batter aboard here in the fourth. And they're leading 3-2. Tinker's up now. And Sully down at first with a stolen base in this series. And here's the first pitch, and he's off and running, and he'll get down there with no throw. Now you got an insurance run down in scoring position for the Cubs, and Tinker at the plate. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Tinker. That ball is hit in the left field. That'll be a can of corn. Out number 1. And Huffman's still down at second for Mr. Johnny Kling. Kling is first to bat with a walk. What Johnny does this time, he swings and misses. So now there's 2 outs and a runner still down at second. Can Ed help his own cause? He's 0 for 1 today. You know, we don't need no stinking DH. And that's a swing and a miss. Now to end the inning. And the Cubbies strand 1. To the top of the 5th we go. It's a 3-2 ball game. You got Mullen due up. Then the lineup turns over to McIntyre and O'Leary. George, here's the pitch to him, the 1-0 pitch. And that's hit down the short over to first for out number 1. Tinker the chance. And now you got Matty McIntyre up. Matty's 0 for 2 today. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. That ball's grounded down the short again. Tinker up with it again. 2 ground balls to Tinker, 2 outs. And it's up to O'Leary to keep this inning alive for the Tigers. He's 2 for 2 today. And that ball is hit into right field, but that'll be out number 3. And the Tigers go down in order. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Top of the order due up in the bottom of the 5th. Scheckert, Evers, and Schultz. Jimmy is 0 for 2 today. Can he get aboard here and get this inning started for the Cubbies? And they hit him, folks. So Jimmy trots on down the first. Not what you want to see if you're a Tigers fan. And Johnny Evers is up. Johnny is 1 for 2 today, having a fine World Series, batting .286. He lays down a nice bunt back to the mound, gets the runner in scoring position with 1 out. And that brings up Frank Schultz. He's 1 for 2 today. Can Frank get an RBI here with Scheckert down at second? Here's the pitch, and Jimmy's off and running, headed for third, and he's in there with a stolen base, folks. The Cubbies being aggressive, even with a 1-run lead. Schultz now 90 feet away, forces the Tigers to bring the infield in. And here's the 0-2 pitch, and a big strikeout for out number 2. George comes up big there. It's up to Frank Chance now with the runner down at third and 2 outs. And here's the pitch to Frank, and that's going to be a ground ball down the first, and that'll end the inning. Cubbies strand 1. We are played half of this game. We go to the top of the 6th, and it's a 3-2 ball game. We got Crawford, Cobb, and Roseman due up here against Ed, hanging on to a 1-run ball game. Crawford is 0 for 1 today. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Sam, and that ball is hit in the right field down the line. And he's headed for second, and he's headed for, nope, he puts the brakes on. Thought better of it. And that's a lead-off double by Crawford. Tying run in scoring position for Ty Cobb. He's 1 for 2 today. He's got 1 RBI in this series. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Cobb. And that's a ground ball down the third. He looks the runner back to second. That's a big out. 1 down as Cobb comes up empty. And Roseman's up now, and he is 0 for 2 today. See what happens here on the 0-1 count. And that ball is hit in the air to third base. Now it'll be an out. The runner, lead-off double, still down at second. As the pop fly doesn't get the job done. And we're going to have a pitch hitter in Davy Jones coming up. Jones is 0 for 3. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Davy, and he didn't monkey around. Now to end the inning, and the Tigers strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th, And Red Kilfer comes into play third base. So we got 2 red in the game, Red Kilfer and Red Downs in the game. We got Steinfeld, Huffman, and Tinker due up here for the Tigers. And Harry is 0 for 1 today. And here's the pitch to him. That ball is hit in the right field. It's going to split the gap and roll to the wall. The question is, how far is Steinfeld going to get? He stops at second with a stand-up double. So now the Cubbies are in business here with nobody out and a runner in scoring position for Sully. Sully is 2 for 2 with an RBI today. Can he pick up number 2? He squares the bunt, misses it. That'll be strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him. And he squares the bunt again. He fouls it off. They throw down the second, and they double him up. A strike him out, throw him out, double play. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on for Joe Tinker. We'll take a look at that again in replay. It wasn't a strikeout, it was a pop-up. So now you got Tinker up, nobody on. 2 outs. Nice defense by the Tigers. That's a rainmaker, and it's already raining. That'll be out number 3. Tigers get out of the leadoff double with nobody scoring. To the top of the 7th we go. Thomas, Downs, and Mullen due up here. Here's the full count to Thomas, and he walks him. So the tying runs down at first. The go-ahead runs at the plate in the form of Red Downs. He's 1 for 2 today. Thomas down at first. Average speed down there at first. And that's a bunt down the first base, and that'll get the tying run in the scoring position with 1 out. And that brings up George Mullen. They're going to let him bat. See if he tries to bunt him down the third. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and he hits that ball in the left field, and we don't need no stinking DH. This ball game is tied, folks. George comes through and helps his own cause with a RBI double. And the Tigers tie this game up. Back to the top of the order we go in. Matty McIntyre. He is 0 for 3, struggling in this series. Batting a $125. He's 3 for 24. He's first pitch swinging. It's a ground ball up the middle. Tinker's got it. Throws over to first for out number 2. Keeps the runner down at second. We're going to have another pitch hitter. Bush comes into the game. Donnie is 0 for 2 in the World Series. Full count on him, and that's a swing and a miss. But the Tigers scored 2 on the George double, score 1 on the George double, and tie this game up at 3 apiece. Bush stays in the game to play it short. And now you got Kling, REULBACH, and then back to the top of the order in Sheckard. And here's the pitch to him, a 3-1. And that ball is a slow roller back to the mound. That'll be an easy out for out number 1. And that brings up Ed. Can he do what his counterpart did? He's 0 for 2 today. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Ed. And he cracks that ball a mile high in the air. Waiting for it to come down, and that'll be out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Jimmy Sheckard's up. He's 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch to Sheckard. Can he get on and start a 2-out rally? That ball is going to drop in the left field for a base hit. Sheckard to work, keeps this inning alive for the Cubs. That brings up Johnny Evers. He's 1 for 2. Sheckard down at first. He's stolen third this game. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That ball's hit in the center field. Jimmy will get down the third easily. Now with 2 outs, the Cubbies are threatening to take the lead. Runners on the corners for Frank Schultz. Schultz is 1 for 3 today. Johnny down there at first with 4 stolen bases. Here's the first pitch, and he's off and running, and he's safe at second. Now you got 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs for Frank Schultz. Gets rid of the forced play at second. Nice job by Johnny. Here's the 1-0 pitch Frank hits that ball on the ground to first, over, and that's going to end the inning. And the Cubbies strand too. We're still tied up at 3 apiece as we go to the 8th. We got Crawford, Cobb, and Roseman due up here against Ed. Crawford's 1 for 2. And here's the pitch to Crawford. And that's going to be hit down the third. And Harry makes the play, fires it over for out number 1. Brings up Cobb now. And Cobb's 3-1 pitch. And that ball is hit down the line, and first base line. Cobb's headed for second. Let's see if he's going to try for 3, and he is. He's a brown-eyed, handsome man, and Cobb comes through today. He is 2 hits. Now he's at third, and that'll force the Tigers to bring the infield in, and Roseman's up here now. He's 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch to Roseman, and they pitch out and walking. Set up the double play, and they're going to go back in the double play depth with second and short, keep the corners in. Here is Ball Smith's pitch hitting. Smith is 2 for 14 in the series, batting $143. The Tigers pulling out all the stops, and he swings and misses. Big strikeout by Ed. 2 down now. Cobb's still down at third, and Thomas up. Thomas is 0 for 2, 0 for 6 in the series. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and they walk him. The bases are juiced now, no place to put them. You've got Tigers everywhere you look. Cobb, Roseman, Thomas, and Downs. Downs is 1 for 2 today. And here's the 1-1 pitch to Red Downs. And that ball is popped up in the foul territory. Chance makes the catch. And the Tigers leave the bases loaded. Will that come back to bite them in the butt, folks? As we go to the bottom of the 8th, it's a 3-3 game. Chance, Steinfeld, and Huffman due up here for the Cubbies. Frank is 1 for 3 with an RBI today. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And he's going to take ball 4. And a go-ahead run down at first with a base on balls. Harry Steinfeld's up with Chance, who has 1 stolen base, take off and try to get in scoring position. Will Harry try to lay down a bunt here, folks? And there's the bunt down the third base. Gets the go-ahead run in the scoring position with 1 out. And he's passing the baton, and Dale Howard's going to come off the bench. The pitch hit. Dale is 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Can he pick up number 3 and put the Cubbies in the lead here in the 8th? Chance with excellent speed, awesome speed down there at first, as Aaron Reed joins us here today. And here's the 1-2 pitch, and he strikes him out. Big strikeout by George. Now there's 2 outs, and the runner still down at second. Joe Tinker, he's 0 for 3 today. Can Joe be the hero? Drive Frank in and take a 4-3 lead. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is off the wall. That's going to be an RBI triple. And the Cubbies take a 4-3 lead and got an insurance run down there at third. We'll take another look at this one. Joe Tinker could be the hero of the game, folks. Cubbies trying to wrap this series up. Now you got Johnny Kling up, Tinker down at third. Cubs would love to have that insurance run. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Kling. And that's a swing and a bunt. And that's going to score the run. How about that? An error on Thomas. I believe that's his second error of the game. And the Cubbies now take a 5-3 lead. It's falling apart here in the 8th with 2 outs. Thomas just could not handle that chopper. And that brings up Ed. He's 0 for 3, Kling down at first. And here's the 1-0 pitch. And they throw behind the runner. And he gets back. He's safe at first. Kling takes his lead. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. But the Cubbies score 2 and lead this game 5-3. And the Tigers are down to their last 3 outs to stay in this series. And they're going to let George hit. That's surprising. He does have an RBI double in this game. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's a slow roller back to Ed for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down. That'll bring up the top of the order, and Matty McIntyre having a terrible World Series. He's 0 for 4 today, batting $120, 3 for 25. See what Matty can do here. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Ed. And that's a slow roller down the first, and he bobbles that. That's an error on Frank Chance, and the Tigers are still in this ball game. Donnie Bush, who came on the pitch hit, he's 0 for 1 today, 0 for 3 in the series. Tying run at the plate, and McIntyre down at first. Here's the first pitch to Donnie Bush, and that ball is hit back to the mound. Take a look at that on replay. Nice play there to get the out. Ground ball down the first. Chance doesn't bobble that. McIntyre's now in scoring position, but his run means nothing. We're going to go to pitch by pitch because the Tigers are down to their last out, folks. So here's the pitch from Ed. And Crawford takes that pitch for ball 1. Curveball low and outside. Ed in the windup. That ball is grounded down to Johnny, over to Chance, and the Cubbies win the series and come back to win 4 games in a row and take the series in 6 games 4-2. Cubbies back-to-back champs here in 1907 and 1908. The Tigers lose again, folks. Tigers lose. Cubbies are your champs. Take a look here at the box score. What a great game here for game number 6. Cubbies win 5-3 tonight in the World Series at the West Side Grounds. Wrap up the series. Cubbies left a little doubt of who was the better team as the Cubbies celebrate the banner. Hitting, pitch, fielded those, all the things you can need to win. Blah, blah, blah. I ain't reading that. Let's take a look here at the box score. Charlie O'Leary was 2 for 3 for the Tigers, but for some reason they pitched hit for him with Donnie Bush. Ty Cobb finally had a decent game. He was 2 for 4 and had an RBI in this game. Had that all-important triple to tie that game up, but not enough as the Cubbies win. Tigers left 9 men on base. Ty Cobb and Thomas both had errors. Thomas had 3 errors on the game, folks. And for the Cubbies, you had Johnny Evers was 2 for 3. Huffman was 2 for 3. They pitched hit for Huffman, even though he was 2 for 3 with Howard. And Mr. Tinker with an all-important triple to win this ball game, folks. George goes 8 innings, picks up his second loss of the series, 9 hits, 5 runs, only 2 of them earned. Errors and more errors cost them the game. 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. Ed gets the win, goes to 1-1 in the series. 9 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, only 1 was earned. Walked 4 and struck out 3. The next World Series we'll have will be these same Tigers going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 1909 World Series. And that'll wrap it up here today. Congratulations to the Chicago Cubs. They win the World Series 4-2. I want to thank Aaron Reed for joining us here today and watching the Cubbies wrap it up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for reminders. And like I say, the next World Series we'll do the 1909, and it'll be the Detroit Tigers representing an American League going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Can the Tigers finally win a World Series? As of right now, the National League has won every World Series that I've done on the replay from 1903 to 1908. The National League has won them all. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.